And you were there for the tornado in Rolling Fork, Mississippi. How bad was that one?
That was like nothing I've ever seen. It's hard to put into words. Oh my gosh, just absolutely terrifying. That storm produced 2 tornadoes that night, and they were on the ground for almost a total of 200 miles, which is incredibly rare. So beyond that, it produced EF4 tornadoes, which that just basically means there's upwards of 200-mile-per-hour winds, and it just causes just catastrophic damage to the places that it hits.
Can you tell us about the family you helped rescue?
Yeah, well, gosh, after we got into the town of Rolling Fork, that was the first problem, was finding our way into the town because everything was blocked off. The streets were blocked off. There were trees down everywhere. There were power lines down everywhere. I mean, it was just absolute chaos. And I said it was like walking through a minefield. And somehow we found our way into the areas that were damaged the worst. And once we finally got through this minefield of like hazards, we heard a woman yelling from pretty far away at that point, but that became our focus. So once we found the area where the family was, once we got to that house, it was very eerie because the TV inside of the house was still just sitting on the dresser, like untouched, unaffected. But the roof was ripped off, most of the walls were ripped off, part of the house was totally caved in, and then the grandmother was just sitting in that bedroom. Again, the TV was sitting on the dresser, and it didn't move an inch. But we said, hey, it's not safe in this house because all the smoke alarms were going off, and we were worried about other hazards like gas leaks, or there were also still exposed electrical wires in the house at that moment. So it was at that moment when the little girl, who I've been calling her like a beacon of hope, she put her arms up and she wanted me to pick her up. And I looked at the mother and I said, is it okay if I pick her up? And she said, oh yeah, of course. So I did exactly that. And just being able to hold that little girl and just... being able to pick her up and hold her and just know that she was safe and then also that the rest of the family was safe is just something that I'll never forget. And in that moment, I feel like that was what I needed.
That's a blessing that you were able to be there to help him. Let's bring out the family he helped rescue. Come on out, Maggie, Rosalyn, and Brooklyn. Maggie, tell us about the night that the tornado destroyed your home.
That night was very terrifying. I had just left my best friend's home, and we stayed on different sides of the town. But it wouldn't have took me about 5 or 6 minutes to get home. And she called me, and she was just hysterical, just hollering. I said, what's going on? She said, the tornado hit my house. Please tell me you're at home. I said, no, but I'm crossing the hill. I'll be there in a minute. And at that time, she just screamed, and the phone went out. So I immediately called my mom because she was home with my babies. And I told her, I said, Mom, the tornado's coming to get somewhere safe. Just get somewhere safe. And I hung up. About 30 seconds, the tornado picked my truck up. I was crossing the hill, and it picked my truck up in the air and put me in a parking lot. And all I can do, I called home real quick. I said, Mom, I'm in the tornado, and she didn't hear anything else. And at that time, it was terrifying.
How did you feel when Jonny decided he wanted to help you rebuild your home?
Jonny has been saying it was God sent, and that's what I've been saying, that it is God sent. and it is divine favor that someone wants to help us, didn't know anything about us, and God knows what he's doing, you know. Through it all, he knows what he's doing. We're a close-knit family, me and my mom and my brothers, so everything that we had was just what we had. You know, we worked hard for everything that we had. So for someone to come in and say, hey, I want to do this for you, it's just amazing. And we know that God does everything for a reason. And I do know that we're gonna come out better than we were before.
We want to help y'all out, so we want to give you $5,000 to help you reach your goal. Hopefully that helps make the difference. Yes. Woo, we can't wait to see that house when you are finished building it. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.